Speaking of marginalised communities, how did you feel about the Salt Bay and his trophy?
Ooh.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Sure you saw that.
Yeah.
That's a joke, yeah.
It is. But the hilarious thing is there's footage of, like, you saw Messi's like, yeah, okay, whatever, take a photo, whatever. But then there's a footage of him actually with the actual chef of the Argentinian World Cup team.
Yeah.
And he's like all over it and he's like celebrating everything. And he's like, yeah, this schmuck. Yeah, I don't know how he obviously paid to get on that field. That's disgusting. The money.
It's all about
He's
the
got
money.
a restaurant in Turkey?
He's got restaurants worldwide, man.
Where's his main one, his flagship?
I think he's
his
Brazil or something,
his
isn't it?
flagship was Turkey.
Was it Turkey?
It was. He went to Brazil to study, being a butcher. He was a butcher's assistant, and basically flew to Brazil, learnt the trade, and then flew back to Turkey. Started a restaurant with like 8 tables or something. I was reading about it the other day, like 4 tables and 8 chefs, like minor. Then someone backed him, and then he started expanding. He built one in New York. I think he's got one in London. Shitty reviews.
Oh, terrible reviews.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 steaks that taste like crap.
Gold encrusted. And
Baklava with like gold leaves on it. Like,
well, he's only big because of his Salt Bay.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Content.
but that's what I mean. Have you actually seen his content? It's cringy as shit.
I've never seen any of his content.
Apart from the salt thing that's it.
I went
That's all I've seen.
looking for it. I used to follow him on socials until I just unfollowed him. I'm like, this is the same cringy crap every day.
After I think our last discussion, I basically went through my Insta, and it's not like I was following anyone anyway, but I've actually...
He's blocked me. He's blocked this podcast. He's blocked all the things that piss him
no
off.
association whatsoever.
So he's got a top badge following for big booty bitches.
I've actually gone through, and I've actually spent... Because Insta for me has always just been a very... even third-hand like app.
Yeah.
I just completely ignore it.
Yeah, same.
I only use it a little bit to get
See,
into...
he's laying the seeds now to build his cover story. Serial.
You know we can see who you
Pax
follow.
Romana!
Serial sex offender from the southeast.
No, so...
Had many shadow accounts on Instagram banned.
I actually went through it, and I actually
Serial
followed some
sex offender.
I actually went through it and followed some proper stuff that interests me. Mini painting, soccer, sports, stuff like that.
Again, padding out the...
No, because I was
The
always...
alibi.
When I
I'm
would,
innocent.
look, when I would...
No one said you did anything. You can prove it. You give me a Bible right now.
2 cops rock up to his house, just like, do you live here? I'm innocent!
They knock on the door. You're like, shotty, just pallets through the door.
I never touched her. I never raped. I never killed her. Nothing. We didn't say anything
You
about
parked
it.
your car across a driveway. I thought I wanted to see if it was
Just parked in
yours.
front of a fire hydrant. Just thought you might want to
So
use
can you
it.
tell me why there's a body in your boot? That's not me. That's not mine.
Just a knock on the door.
Oh,
Mailman.
I didn't do it. I just picture that
just
little...
taking him off. I don't know.
I picture that little science experiment in Problem Child 2 where he builds a little... the guy on death row.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Pull it up, man. That's gold. Why are you doing that? So I actually went through and I followed some... Because I was finding that when I was on there, maybe because I wasn't following enough stuff, it couldn't give me a proper, like, feed to follow.
Suggestions. and stuff,
Suggestions.
yeah.
So I was just getting random, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would get one, like...
And here's my science project. I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
That's great.
So I actually went through it, and I just added some proper stuff so that now I can get it. So yeah,
Anyway, as far as Salt Bay is concerned, it's just money.
yeah, they dropped the ball with their
He
badge.
would have dumped a lot of cash to get one of those VIP lanyards around his neck. And the other thing would be, people would just let him through, just assuming that he could get through. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's
Celebrity status.
He's a rich.
You reckon? I know security at these places is really, really
Where was
strict.
I? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was when I was working events. I was laying flooring or something, and some dude got like ushered around to where we were, and everyone was like doing the Skinner, you know, dropping down with his head at the feet and like backing away. Whereas I just ignored it and just kept working.
Yeah.
And the guy like gave me a weird look, like, you know, why aren't you kissing the ring? And then someone later on said to me, oh, they're a presenter of a Channel 9 or there's some pseudo celebrity. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, it's just move along. Like,
You know who I am?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm Neil Mitchell. All right.
I don't care.
Good on you, bud.
Well, dude, I can't remember, I was reading some report about like the biggest Instagram accounts or the biggest, most influential like celebrities of 2022. I'm looking at the list. Don't know any of them. And if I ran into them in the street, I still want to know who any of them are.
They all have an OnlyFans.
No, but I'm being honest.
Talking about OnlyFans, I came across this video, and it was this 15-year-old kid. Have you seen this one?
Boy.
And it begins.
No, I tried to
stop
stay over.
recording now.
I tried to stay over
And it was
18.
in the UK. All right? And basically, it was a podcast, and it was the guy. He's like, "Oh, I got my buddy here, and come in and let's have
She's
talk."
over 18.
And there was three OnlyFans models there, creators. And he sits down and he's like, "Oh, hello, how are you?" And he's 15, by the way.
Yeah.
And
I love how you highlighted that again.
But does he look older?
no, he looks 15. He's got the
15 going on
he's got
25.
the bum fluff moustache
fantastic.
going. Yeah, little curly hair.
Why don't you have a
Long
seat
curly
over
hair.
there?
And he goes,
Now, what's a guy in his mid-30s end up in a house in Long Beach?
this,
13-year-old girl.
She told me she was a 1,000-year-old
I
witch.
have the transcripts.
So he comes into this podcast and pretty much sits down with them, and he
you
asks,
like older
he starts,
guys,
he
you
starts
asked?
talking to them. He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, we're content creators."
And then he blanked your blank.
To him, man.
He's got this down to a T.
I've watched a lot of episodes, man. It's
Maybe
actually
too much.
It's a sickness. It really
He
is.
sits down with these creators, content creators. He's like, "Oh yeah, what do you do?" "Oh, we're on OnlyFans." "Oh yeah, well, what do you do on there?" And they told him, and he's like, "All right, I'm out of here." This kid jumps, "I'm going. I'm not going to waste my time with illiterate people." This 15-year-old kid goes, I'm like, "Hey, who do you think you are? Like, we're not illiterate. Look at you're 15. He goes, "All right, you probably never, you're illiterate. Name 10 books." They couldn't, they just kind of went on the defensive. "Oh, look at you're 15. I can name 100 books. See you later. Thanks for the invite." Gets up and leaves. He's like, "I'm not going to waste my time with these three." He just got up and left. Like, what a
Name 10 books.
yeah.
I'll be dude, think about the people in your life. How many of them do you reckon read books?
Not many. Oh,
If any.
half of them probably.
How many people you reckon?
I don't know, man. I would think at least maybe half, a third. Not everybody does.
No, I wouldn't say it's that much.
I don't think it's that much.
I'd say 1 in 5 or something.
1 in 5 if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people in bookstores.
Yeah, they're probably just hiding their phone in the book or something.
No, I actively look at what people buy when I go into a bookstore.
What are you looking at?
I noticed a
I
lot.
have the Penthouse from 2 weeks ago.
I have noticed a big increase in manga in
So you
bookstores
bought
now.
some of Mike's
Yeah.
hard candy.
Massive increase.
In Japan, I mean, they're packed.
They
Those
have manga
stores.
stores.
Are packed.
Yeah, I get that. But I've just noticed a lot of the bookstores are now carrying. Before it used to just be like 2 shelves, whereas now it's like 3 or 4.
I mean, you give me a
massive modules.
A book with some good hentai in it, I'm probably going to read it.
Seriously, in all seriousness, books.
No.
You don't read books?
No.
Can you read?
Can you read without
barely.
looking at pictures?
See, I don't have a great imagination, so books never... I feel like most people who read books can imagine what they're reading. I can't. I need some kind of visual stimulation. I can read it with pictures, then I can picture what's going on. But if you give me just a book with text, I'll be
Vegetarian
like...
food.
I bought Neil deGrasse Tyson's first book that he released, and I was like, I'm going to read this.
TV.
I got 3 pages in, and I was like, I'm done. I can't.
What about you?
What? What's the actual question?
Do you still read? I know you used to read a lot, but I don't know. I haven't spoken to you about anything recently.
I've bought a bunch of books that I kept saying I want to read them, Don't have time to read them.
Yeah.
When I do read, I end up just reading shit online. Like I'll find articles I'm interested in, just looking for shit that's quick to consume, as opposed to sitting down and reading a book. Because I know that if I sit down and read 20 pages, that'll be the last time I read for the next fucking God knows how long, and it'll just piss me off. But I still actively want to read things.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I buy books and I'll start them. I actually do start them, and I'll get a couple chapters in, and then it'll take me probably a year to get through because I only read a couple chapters every couple months.
Dude, when I went to the Philippines, I took 2 books with me with the intention of reading them. I spent the entire trip reading front to back Tintin, every volume, because it's easy to consume.
But do you think that's a problem? We're going too much of things that are too easy to consume now?
Oh, 100%. But it's because I know I'm time poor. I've got no time. Reading a book takes time. Unless you're reading it on the can.
Because you want to get invested,
Not necessarily. Like, I see people that come into work and they start at 10 o'clock and they get there at 1:45. They've got to sit around for 15 minutes. So they just pull out a book and they'll read it.
I wouldn't get there at 1:45. I'd get there at 10:02. Literally.
Yeah.
The amount of meetings I'm late for just because I'm going from one thing to another.
He's a busy guy, if you haven't noticed.
I'm not saying it to upnote my man, like, you know.
You kind of are.
No, I'm not. It's the truth, man. Working full time for a company where I've got like a managerial position, and then running my business, which anyone else running this business would see it as full time. So that's 2 full-time gigs alongside the studio, alongside the clients I have for audio, alongside all the other endeavors I have, not including living on your own, running a household, doing all that shit. I'm just time poor, man. It's just how it is. I don't complain. About it. It's just how it is.
I'm not having a go, but I'm just
Kind of feels like you are.
The WhatsApp group, maybe a little bit.
Fuck off. What do you mean?
Just a little bit.
No, it's when you're both sitting around
What time
fingering your navels.
what time are we going to the studio today? I've got meetings until 1:30, and then I've got to drive home. I've got to fucking put the shit in the dishes, clean up. I can be there at 3, maybe.
after I have my meeting with the king.
What king?
The king. Speaking of, have you seen Henry Cavill?
I love how he's the king.
Yes, he is
Picked
the king.
in English.
He is
Have you
the
seen his
actor.
latest?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I know.
He got shafted bad in that whole
On The
thing.
Witcher?
Yeah, and that whole
and Superman?
Superman is like, who the hell is James Gunn? Friggin' wanker.
I don't know
All
who
he's got
James
to his
Gunn
name is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who's
Yeah.
James Gunn?
The director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
So he got done. What was that post for? Do you remember what he tweeted years and years ago?
James
James
Gunn?
Gunn,
Oh,
and Marvel
no.
fired him.
I wouldn't have a clue.
So he was the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel, someone pointed out this tweet from a long time ago. Marvel weren't happy about it. Maybe it was homophobic or something. And so they fired him, right? Then he ended up going to DC, blah, blah, blah. So now he's running DC with some
He
of
did the
other
last
two.
thing he did was Suicide Squad Part 2.
Yeah.
It was a flop.
So he scored a deal with DC. So now he's like running DC with the other guy. And Henry's gone to talk about Superman. Apparently they couldn't come to an agreement.
So he was in Black Adam.
Yeah.
He made a cameo at the end as Superman fighting. I haven't watched it, but I think he fights The Rock.
Something
as
like
Black
that, yeah.
Adam and he beats him. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But he's in a
I
cameo.
love how Black Adam flopped.
Yeah.
I love it. You have no
And-
idea how much. I love it. Why?
You're racist.
No,
Yeah, you're
it's
racist.
because they finally realised that Dwayne The Rock Johnson just can't sell anything.
No, it flopped because DC is trying to get ahead of the game and be where Marvel were 20 movies in instead of doing the grind and working 20 movies
Do you know
in.
what? At the current pace that Marvel's now releasing their terrible movies,
Yeah.
DC have a chance to catch up.
They're terrible movies.
They are.
Have you seen the lineup?
Bad.
The lineup is not good.
They're disgustingly bad.
They've gone it's just woke. It's hard woke. Every person who's white has been replaced. I don't care how much you love
Anybody
them.
that had a penis now has a vagina.
Which makes me wonder,
Actually, someone sent me a
with
message the other day. Let me
Superman,
find this.
why would they not take Henry back and what that conversation was about and who they're going to replace him with?
Well, okay.
Hang on, I got to find this.
Let's first continue on the context. All right. So everyone was excited that he was going. He's back as Superman. That means he's probably going to be Superman again because it was confirmed that he had left the role. He was no longer going to be Superman. People knew he had left The Witcher, so he confirmed, I've left The Witcher to pursue the Superman DC thing.
Yeah.
Now, has a coffee clutch with James Gunn
And the other dude?
and the other dude, and James Gunn's been given total reign of the whole DC franchise now, and pretty much after that, he's like, nah, you're not going to be Superman.
Yeah.
So now he's gone shafted. Amazon have approached him, but a lot of people are saying that
Wait, is Warhammer going to be on Amazon?
it's looking pretty good.
Okay.
So it's the 40K universe, so the sci-fi version, the sci-fi one. And
Because he's producing as well, isn't he?
I don't know.
He's starring and producing, I think.
It'd be interesting to see which role he plays.
He's playing the he's playing one of the main characters, obviously, but you'll know it if you looked it up. They actually announced it. I think.
Okay. I don't know too much about the 40K universe, but pretty much, yeah. Everyone they've after this announcement that he didn't get the Superman thing, and he said he was leaving Witcher to go to Superman. The Witcher writers started attacking him straight away.
Yeah,
they were saying he was hard to work with. He tried to form an alliance with other male writers, and then that writer was gotten rid of, and he was being difficult with the female writers and this and that. And the way they described it is like he didn't want to do sexual scenes, he didn't want to take his shirt off, he didn't want to do like romantic scenes. And then it's like, oh, so you're saying he didn't want to be sexualized, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's just come out making them look real bad. But then also these claims can't be verified.
I mean, how often was Superman sexualized? Or The Witcher was sexualized, but they sexualized it in the wrong way. Which
not
was
him,
weird.
though. It was
not
more
him,
her.
exactly.
It was
Right.
her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they wanted to sexualize his character, but it's come out like they've been, since the first season, they've just been going further and further away from the source material and just basically pulling crap out of their own ass. And now they've got this origin story of The Witcher, which is called Blood Origins or something like that on Netflix with Michelle Yeoh. And pretty much like that has just died in the ass because they were talking it up and like, oh, this is an origin story. And it's funny because like they're interviewing him on like the red carpet, like, oh, so what's so good about this show? Like, tell us about it, like story-wise and all that.
You're rubbing your hands.
And it's like, these are the actors and the people behind it. Oh, it's got fantastic wardrobe, fantastic action scenes, the first male-male kiss on screen in the Witcher series. Like, yeah, what's the actual story? Like, what do we have to look for? And he's just talking about all these, like, fantastic cosmetic things, basically. Like, yeah, that's not what we want. We want to know the actual story.
I got this message from someone the other day. Were you ever a fan of the movie Willow? Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. With Val Kilmer and... Yeah. I said, I remember I watched it in school. I don't remember much about it. Why?
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah, they've
Disney Plus have made a TV show. All the characters are black, Indian, and gay.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Is Disney just fucking up all day? Next Predator movie will be in Queens, where the main character is a gay barbershop employee who gets abused by Snoop. I don't know, man. Is that true? Like with the Willow thing?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Well, why? Why? You're just marginalising communities.
I don't know what people are doing anymore, honestly. I don't. I just don't get it.
I'm tired.
What, yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I'm done.
Then people, I don't know if we're,
Why? What are you going to go into? What?
I have something to go into, but
Why?
I don't know if you want to do it now or another time.
What is
It's
it?
up to you. You can cut it if you want.
What is it? I'll make a call.
First things first. They started attacking The Rock about how he was using Superman to basically try and boost the numbers for Black Adam.
Yeah.
And now they're basically blaming The Rock that he's killed the DC universe. Because now everybody's out. All the names that were behind it. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Everybody, Jeremy Irons, everybody that was in it.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I know, that's another
has his own DC universe.
But they were backing him. They were sticking to him. I don't know why.
Okay,
It's
wait.
like
Why is it The Rock's fault?
Because they kind of knew the movie was going to flop, and so they tried to get Superman into it so that it would boost numbers, artificially inflate. Oh, Henry Cavill's going to be. Let's go watch it.
Oh, okay.
But it's flopped, and
They're trying to leverage.
a bad performance of the movie reflects poorly on the universe. So then James Gunn, who's only made one good movie out of like 20, then makes a decision. All right, let's reboot the whole thing.
He's made one okay.
The first Guardians was okay.
Okay.
The second one I didn't like.
No.
So he's rebooted the whole thing.
The whole thing again. Why do we need another reboot? We know all their stories.
I don't know, because that's just what you do.
You don't have any idea?
Why has Spider-Man been rebooted like 1,000 times?
That's true. The good thing, at least with the current Spider-Man, is they didn't go through the whole spider bite and everything. It's just like, it's a year later, he's already helping people, and like, there's different...
Develop some story.
Yeah, they develop actual story instead of just having like, all right, he's got to go through the whole thing and Uncle Ben dies and...
If the origin story is that played out, then why reboot it?
Well, why? Like the Batman movies. How many times I can see the Waynes die? I don't know.
Well, how many times have you seen the Waynes die?
Every single time.
Is it? I don't think it is every
No,
single
it's
time.
not. You didn't see him die in the last one.
That was the last one.
The trilogy.
No, with Pat. What's his name? The pretty boy from Twilight.
I actually watched that.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I know. I liked it.
It's a thriller. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, I didn't watch it yet. I haven't watched it yet.
The thing about that whole movie is he actually doesn't solve anything.
no.
wait, was that
That's like, what are we doing here? He doesn't get...
was that good or no?
Yeah, I liked it. It was
It's a
good.
totally different take on Batman.
Yeah.
But he played it well.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
noir film.
The thing, I think I said this to you, or I said it to other people. Every time he's in scene as Batman, which is like 90% of the film, and he's approaching villains, he has a theme song.
Oh,
And
really?
they're terrified of him. The theme song is perfect.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
good,
it's brooding.
It's a brooding, yeah.
music.
and it emphasizes, it really plays up like the fear of the
I'm
villain.
vengeance.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that first scene when he
The
comes onto
only,
the platform.
the only thing I haven't watched it, but
And
the
you pay
only
attention.
thing
Yeah.
that I would say about it is that he just doesn't fit that Batman.
He's good.
He's good.
He's good.
But I mean, build wise,
No, he's
Batman's
fine.
always
He's
been
fine.
a block.
No, because he plays a younger version
Yeah.
of.
Oh, so he does play.
He's like a year two, almost year one, year
See,
two.
I would have
Batman.
put him as Batman forever.
No, so you've seen the year two Batman movie, the animated one,
Yeah,
where he's like in his early 20s. He's already kind of been around, doesn't have all the full tech just yet.
yeah.
That's what he's like.
Okay.
So it's year two Batman. He's kind of, they all know who he is, but not really.
Right. Gotcha. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
And the cops are still very, very suspicious of him.
Yeah,
Oh, so he hasn't
he's not an
built
ally.
the-
He's not an ally yet.
No,
No.
So he's
It's
like
good.
heavy vigilante.
very heavy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I really liked it.
I said
yeah.
that I saw it pop up. I can't remember where the other day, and I said, you know what, I should rewatch that again.
But I just like, you get to the end of it like, yeah, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
How
Did they set it up for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How good's Colin Farrell?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
I liked it because it was a different take on all the cartoonish characters from
Yeah.
like all of them.
Yeah, that
it's
was
more
good.
set in reality. It's
Okay.
good. Anyway,
So, did you want to make this judgment call, or
on what? DC?
no? This call about whether we go into it or not.
On what?
All right, you can decide. I'll leave a bit of silence.
Time is. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, no, I'm actually getting hungry too. What is
I
it?
thought we were going for a 7-hour one. Okay.
Fuck off.
Jeez.
I'm going to edit it, man. All right, continue.
Do you think at what age a child's innocence should end?
Give a little bit more context to that, John, because if you're
Do you
asking me,
think children?
This is Mr. Shadow Accounts on Instagram going overseas, and now he's talking about destroying the innocence of a child.
Yes. At what age do you think a child's innocence should be destroyed?
Keep your hands out
because
of
the
your pockets.
Cambodian police,
The Cambodian police.
What are you doing here?
Okay, let me try and word this better.
please.
So you know how they have those
At what age can I take a child's innocence?
Is the real question.
So you agree that it's ridiculous, yeah? The
What's
concept.
the question? Give me
Well,
some.
this is it. I'm trying to lead into it. Don't try and make jokes. Okay.
I'm not about jokes here, John.
He's like, I'm serious right now. I need to know. I'm in serious trouble.
I'm in serious trouble. I need some legal advice.
No, go.
You know how there's the
the Los Angeles County Police Department, we're waiting. He didn't get very far.
you know the naivety and innocence of children, yeah?
No.
Okay. You know how that's like a thing,
Yeah.
like you should.
They don't think about it. It
Yeah.
just exists.
It
but they
exists.
don't sit there and say, "Oh, this person's gay," and I acknowledge and develop on that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
At what age do you think a child should be exposed to over sexualization?
Well, are you talking about over-sexualization, or are you talking about the concept of sexualization?
Like the knowledge of it.
No, I'm
the
talking
concept
about
of sexuality.
no, the actual over sexualization.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, have you heard about how at the moment they've got these drag queen shows
Okay,
going
see,
on? With
this is the
kids?
thing. You've watched too many Matt Walsh shows.
I haven't watched any Matt Walsh videos.
Bullshit.
I have not.
I talked about this with old Simo back in the old studio in 2019.
Okay.
There's a kid, I can't remember what his name is. I keep forgetting his fucking name.
Oh, cootie.
No. All right. There's a kid who was at the time like 8 years old or something, and he was doing drag shows. Yeah?
Okay.
And there's a difference between sexual identity and sexualizing a child.
Yeah.
Very distinct line.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
And the problem is not having a drag show, but you're dragging kids to a drag show where they're being sexualized. They had this kid literally dancing at this baying group of like dudes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's like you're sexualizing a child here. It's got nothing to do with sexual identity.
I'm not talking about sexual identity. I'm talking about sexualization.
But that's the same as beauty pageants and stuff, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so there's been these drag shows going on in America, of course.
Of course, America.
America.
Yeah.
Now, it came out that these parents are bringing these kids to these drag shows. Kids, I think, as young as 6 up to 12, sitting in watching these drag shows.
But no older.
You know, older. No older. They probably were.
I'm 12
I would
and a
assume
half.
at about 13, at about 13, you kind of get introduced to, you know.
You look bloody 14.
You probably get introduced to it even earlier, like 10. So it depends what the parents tell them, you know.
Yeah.
But you got nudity and simulated sodomy going on in these acts.
What?
Yeah.
How?
That's what I'm saying. That's sexualizing.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
how?
what I'm getting at.
Wait.
Do you think the kids' innocence should be preserved there in that sense where they shouldn't be
Of course it should.
Wait, what do you mean? Those
As in
are
that's the
two big things to...
No, but that's literally what's featuring in these acts.
What?
Yeah.
Like what?
Pull it up. Show it.
What am I searching for?
Oh, we're going to get a knock on the door for sure.
Yeah, but they're only coming after one guy.
Yeah, Dim.
John?
It's his internet connection.
VPN, baby.
Oh,
I'm just here as a guest.
We're in Kazakhstan right now.
Open your boot.
The Kazakh police rug up. He's on a yak.
What am I searching?
Search carefully.
Yeah, I know.
Fingers trembling. Yes, press enter.
Innocence.
Childhood innocence.
Sodomy.
I wonder how.
Come on with your hands up.
We're going to get choppers. We're not getting cars. We're getting
That's what I mean.
choppers.
How ridiculous is it that you can't even look
I
this
would
up?
like to know what this context you guys are talking about this and this, genuinely, because I've never heard of this, and I think what you're saying, in my mind, it sounds like you're
drag
exaggerating
shows.
it.
No, I'm not. I wish I was. And I thought the same thing, and then I actually looked at the video.
Jesus Christ, you're just going all out.
Every single thing just goes
off. It came up straight away.
Yes. 0.47 seconds. Dude, literally.
How fast can you pack your crap up? How fast can you pack your shit up, Tim?
I've got the suitcase ready to go. Fake passport, fake everything. Family drag show turns into insane performance in shocking news story. Timecast IL. Fuck these pop-ups. Okay. Do I want to press play on this?
If you want.
I need to see what we're dealing with here.
Give a bit of silence.
Disney-affiliated drag queen welcomes children to show featuring simulated
What the
sex
hell's
and
going on
nudity.
with Disney, man?
It's not just simulated sex, it's simulated sodomy. Tim Pool.
Play it.
Oh, did you do a video on this as well?
There is a video. All right, fuck it. Let's watch the video.
Oh, he goes full out. Tim
we
Pool.
Let me pull up this story here for you guys. From timcast.com. Disney-affiliated drag queen welcomes children to show featuring simulated sex and nudity. It's not just simulated sex, it is simulated sodomy, where two men go up on stage in front of children and simulate sodomy. And I'm surprised to see this a little bit because
That's a pretty full-on photo.
Katie Porter,
I just realized
Democrat
what it
from
is.
California, said that groomer and pedophile are just identities. And that, people are attacking them for their identities as if they've committed a criminal act. And it's like, well, grooming is, in my opinion. And you want to make an argument about someone just being a pedophile, they haven't done anything, fine. But that's an insane thing for a Democrat to say, but it's because they're moving the Overton window. First, they said, drag shows are just fashion. It's dancing.
Yep.
And then once all of the left got on board and said, they defend these things, and the right's crazy, they've now graduated to drag shows where I can't show you the image, not on YouTube. It is exposed breasts, like simulated breasts, but like not a bra, not a fake bust, quite literally nipples and everything on this person's chest called tits in a box. And then there's actually a dude wearing a thong, and he turns around and he giggles, tee-hee, with his ass to the kids, and then it shows like the spiral of his ass around him. And then you actually have two guys doing it on stage, simulating doing it on stage. Okay, so here's what I see happening. The people on the right who have families have everything to lose. And so they don't want to take the risk. The people on the left have literally nothing to lose. So they'll risk anything and everything. That's asymmetrical conflict. And it ends with a very obvious outcome. So if you are in a short-term perspective, such as, I can't lose my job, I have kids, I have to feed them. I totally get it. Far be it from me to tell you what to do. Just as long as you know this is the world you are leaving for your children. If you're okay with that, then by all means, do nothing. If this is terrifying you and making you concerned, maybe you should consider what standing down means for your children when they get older. But maybe you want your kids to be on stage with these guys. I don't know. These kids are watching it all happen. They're being groomed by overt sexualization in these shows. It is escalating. They are incrementalizing more and more and more. And this ends with them actually abusing the kids in these events. It started with a drag show where a drag queen dances. The next thing we saw was it's not going to lick itself. Then we saw children taking their clothes off on stage for men at a gay bar. Now you have them simulating sodomy in front of children. And they were. What do you think happens next? I hope you're happy about what the world will be if you don't want to be involved. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, because I get it. Risk is scary. And I mean that seriously. But just as long as you understand, this is what awaits your children.
Yeah, this one was the worst. So Defend Our Kids Texas, my organization, sent Taylor Hanson out to this particular drag show to get the footage. I did the research on this. It's a drag queen Christmas tour. They've got I think 38 different stops across the country that they're going to. Way more than I'm comfortable with in Texas. I think there was 4 or 5 just in Texas. And the thing about this one is that on the ticketing website, it did say all ages welcome. It did, in most cases, it did give some sort of a very, very soft warning, like, this is adult, so just be careful, but all ages welcome. So typically the response that I get from the left is, well, they did give some sort of warning. Okay, well, why then, in this particular show, did they constantly target the children? Because we have video after video after video of all of these performers speaking to the children in the crowd, calling them up to the stage, interviewing them, putting them on the mic, all while they're also explaining. There was one part where one of the performers talked about a sexual act that they had with their father's boss and detailed it, right? And then went around the audience and had the audience share their favorite sex stories. Knowing... With children, knowing that there were children in the audience. They knew this because they were conversing with them on the microphone. So for everyone who wants to say, well, it's not the drag queen's fault, they didn't add. They're just saying all ages welcome just because they want to be welcoming and they want to be inclusive. They could very, very easily make this 18 and up, 21 and up if they wanted to. There is a reason why they called out to those children. They called them up to the stage. They received tips from them. There is a reason why they are doing that.
Yeah, in this particular video, too, that you mentioned specifically, I think it's that person with the bazunkas out that clearly was interviewing a small child. And with
the bazunkas out.
I don't know. I don't remember, but I remember seeing this clip going around on Twitter, specifically asking a child who was barely able to speak, what's your favorite part of the show? Child's like, nothing.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for these kids. Yeah. What are these parents thinking, bringing them out to this? And then, and again...
The police have no upside to do anything about it.
But this over the sexualization, what does it do to children? It ruins their possibilities of having cohesive relationships, ruins their possibility of having family members, gets them hooked onto adult content, robs their innocence, gets rid of their ability to have a childhood. So there's so many layers to this that essentially, for me, at the end of the day, boil down to a depopulation agenda. Some people might say it's a degeneracy agenda. Whatever it is, this is sick. This is not good, and this is not something children should be around.
It can be both, right? Like, it can be a depopulation agenda at the top and just a degeneracy problem at the bottom. Yeah. I think that's
because a lot of people keep asking, why do children need to be there? But why do guys have to dress in front of children? Should be the bigger question. Why do you, as an adult male, have to do this in front of children?
And if you didn't like it, you wouldn't target the children in the show.
Just a simple question. What would happen if the Bazungas dancer went to a grade school playground and just walked around?
At this point, it'd probably be tolerated.
No,
it wouldn't think so.
A father would get up, or if there was a father. A lot of families are fatherless now.
We can't show the images of what they did on YouTube because YouTube will say this is not advertiser friendly. But the issue is police even though it is already illegal, won't do anything about it. So when I see something like this, I am outright abolish the police. 100%. Yeah. This is already child sexual exploitation, and the cops aren't doing anything about it. So why have cops if they won't even stop that in Texas?
Yeah, Instagram took it down. Instagram took videos and photos of this down, but it's okay.
And they also took down didn't Taylor put up they removed my post, and it's a smaller version, and they took that one down too. It doesn't make any sense. I think what's strange to me is most states have laws against you can't show children pornography, right? You're not allowed to show them simulating sexual acts. So when cops say, well, there's nothing we can do about it, that can't possibly be true because this is within, at least in most states, the definition of something that is not allowed. They are choosing not to pursue it. And whether that's because there's no criminal complaint by the parents who bought tickets and brought their children, or, what is the company going to do? Be like, oh, I think we made a mistake. Please prosecute us. You need someone to be complaining theoretically, although the cops do have the right, law enforcement could theoretically press charges. They're just opting not to.
Right. Texas.
Yeah, I know. And
you can't press charges on something. Cops can't just press charges.
I don't think so.
If there's a law,
maybe for them though.
Maybe in America, specifically in Texas, they might have a law that says something about the child sexual exploitation.
Texas is a bit different to the rest of the world, so it could be.
There's literal laws where you can't put a baked apple pie on a windowsill.
Really?
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know. Think of it. There's probably is a law.
Texas has it.
Texas. But I'm serious. There's laws that are so obscure, but they're just not enforced because they're so 200 years old.
Yeah. It's the Simpsons episode.
Which one?
Yeah. The catapult law or whatever.
Which catapult law?
Remember they implement that catapult? I think was it a catapult law or some law that Mayor Quimby brings up from 300 years ago.
Just a minute. There's more on the parchment.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, look, this shit has come up a couple of years ago, and obviously not at this degree.
This is going on a lot now at the moment. This is very prevalent.
This is conspiracy theory shit, because this is a far right fucking podcast.
Yeah,
it's conspiracy theory laced because they're it's depopulation agenda, it's this or that. No, it's just overcorrecting and over wokeness, and people not having the balls to just stop it. It's not an agenda to depopulate a country. Because they think that,
Oh, yeah, but the general gist of what they're saying.
Oh, no, it's fucked.
Yeah.
I said it ages ago.
It must have been the video that I saw of that woman that was at the thing because I saw it on Insta.
Well, that's what they were saying, yeah, but it got taken down.
It must have been taken down. And it was just her going up to the parents after the show, talking to them. What do you think? Do you think you should have had your child here, this and that? I'm yeah, no problems whatsoever.
What were the parents like?
The parents were fine. Why are you asking me these stupid questions? Of course I can bring my child.
How old were the parents? Our age?
Yeah, probably. Maybe a little bit older, 42, 43, mid-40s.
It's the next gen. Dude, I know a lot of people that, our age, that shouldn't have kids. They just should not have kids. Because I know their parents. Their parents are cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked.
That's usually who have kids, though.
No, literally, man.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah, some people should not have kids. You should have a license to have fucking kids.
I know, right? Yeah. I agree.
You should have a license. How come you can fall pregnant at 16 and still raise this child to whatever, but you have to be 18 to have a...
Why is it that when I say that I'm a monster...
Because you are a monster.
Tyrant.
No,
Tyrant, some would say.
I'm saying it in the scheme of... saying in the scheme of the conversation, man. I'm just saying...
I know.
There are no physical tests...
That would be a literal law on someone's body.
What?
Saying you have to get a license to have a child.
No, I'm saying that they don't do enough in regards to
But how would you police that?
I don't know how they police anything.
Oh, you get a driver's license.
To get a bike license, do you have to go through?
It's not, I know, but what I'm getting at is, how are you going to prove someone's got a license if they can get pregnant or not?
Okay, no, what I'm saying is, dude, to have a kid, you literally just have to turn up to the hospital and have a kid.
Yeah, I know.
You go to the GP, you do your prenatal shit, yeah? You file the kid, carry the child to term, and then have a child and then just push you out the door.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that.
There might be a follow-up, but if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I got a mate that I asked him, are you doing all the prenatal shit, going to the courses? And so he's like, nah. Because I went to one with the wife, not going back. Fuck that. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm like, okay, good luck. This is your first, yeah? Yeah, we'll be fine. My mother's around. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, that sinks it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't follow up shit. Man, to get my bike license, I had to do like 3 days of testing. And then I did the test, got the license, and then I had to go back and do another test to prove that I'd learnt something.
But that's because it's you. You're just an idiot.
No, this is everyone, you dickhead. Like, you've got to go...
Special license for him.
No, you go get your bike license, and then you do a check ride before you go for your Ps. So in other words, it's like, okay, we'll give you the Ls, and in a month or two, you got to come back and do it again to prove that you know what you're actually doing. I'm serious.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I agree to an extent, like, you shouldn't just be able to have a kid.
John agrees with me.
I agree with you on a lot of things, idiot.
Celebrate.
He's planting his seed so he can take you over eventually.
Oh, that's right, yeah. He's going to somehow put it back on me. The child slavery and all that sort of shit.
Dim's removing the child slavery act off the bottom of his website.
Yeah, there's no children were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Uncle Dimmy, my hands are... Shut up!
It's just
type faster.
What are they doing? Yeah, they're cleaning my house. They're just doing random shit.
Your hands hurt. Get back to work.
I'm sitting on the couch just drinking a cocktail, a lychee martini. Nevertheless.
But yeah, that's pretty stuffed, yeah?
Yeah, no.
That's mental.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, that's pedophilia. That's...
No, but it is. It's just getting worse.
Now
that
what's his name is dead, they got to find a new avenue of, getting...
Who's dead?
What's his name?
Not Weinstein. The other one. The one that didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Who's dead?
The one that didn't kill himself.
The one with the island. And the celebrities and...
Oh, what's the name?
Yeah. Steve.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
That's it. Now that he's
the one
gone...
that didn't kill himself.
He didn't.
Okay.
He literally had in the autopsy, there was literally a bone that broke that cannot be broken by yourself unless somebody else does it. It does not break from a hanging.
He was a millionaire, John. He had many talents.
Yes.
Autoerotic asphyxiation was one of them.
Epstein died how many years ago, man?
2. It was during COVID.
Yeah. The fallout from that hasn't even begun yet.
His mistress, whatever, Maxine Shubalubulu, whatever, she went to jail. She's found guilty. Nothing has come out about anything from that court case.
Yeah, Trump's one of his best affiliates.
Possible, yeah.
Same as...
so was Clinton, so was Bush, so was...
Why are these millionaires never kill themselves, though? Like McAfee,
they never kill themselves. They always accidentally...
Epstein.
Yeah.
They all accidentally, something...
Because they're facing the fucking firing squad.
I'd have it all pre-recorded with a list of names. Anything happens, bang, online, instantly.
What's the fallout of him?
If I'm going down, I'm burning the world.
What would be the fallout of him not killing himself?
The names would have come out more than likely.
Oh, okay.
Release the names of everyone who was on that island.
Okay. So either way, he would either have
everyone that got jiggy with it.
So if he didn't kill himself, we're saying that someone would eventually kill him quickly to make sure that
shut him
stays
up.
secret.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that for sure.
Yeah,
that's believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what the whole speculation.
Because the whole thing was shut down very quickly, like he killed himself.
Done.
So
Case
then,
closed.
like when it was at the...
Well, what happened to that island that they were talking about?
The IRA took it over and now they're running it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I would assume someone
running the
Not
charters.
the IRA, the IRS. The IRA is the Irish Army.
I assume someone's,
IRA.
got hold of it, right? Yeah. Surely. It doesn't...
They just fall into despair.
There's a joke there. There's definitely a joke
now
there.
hiring
with the IRA.
new talent, 12 and under.
They buried a whole bunch of potatoes, farming them. Yeah, so like, who was it? Was it, what's the English comedian? The one that, Ricky Gervais. He made a crack about him not killing himself at the last thing he did, and everyone groaned like, ugh.
Yeah.
They pretty much buried it, the whole story straight away, killed himself and that's it. But then there were people that were still following it.
Yeah.
And the autopsy report showed, like, there's literally a bone that was broken in his death that you cannot do yourself, and it doesn't break from hanging yourself. So it only breaks from somebody else doing it. So, like...
How?
That, and then conveniently the screen turned off, like the cameras.
Of course, they always do.
That's standard, man.
Yeah, that's standard procedure.
Standard. That's it. That's already enough.
Windows is doing an update.
Hey, Gibbo, here's a couple of smokes. Switch off the cameras and C block. Yeah, no worries.
No, but what
I'm going to go for my 2-hour lunch break.
Auto update.
Yeah.
What happened?
that's
I
what
got
I mean.
mayonnaise on the control panel.
Well, there's another question that you may want answered, with your... Remember that thing we did ages ago? If you could just find out the undying mysteries of the universe, of events and...
Oh, that's not one of them, no.
No, I'm just saying.
They're all guilty.
I'm just saying. It's something you'd like to know.
I think I spoke to you about it once, yeah? When we were doing the potty, when we were driving in, and we were talking about stuff, and basically when you have money, like absolute money, comes absolute power, and that basically always stuff like screws with the head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a saying. Like absolute, I forgot what it's called, like the actual with absolute money, absolute power or something like that. And it always,
I don't know.
yeah. It would be more surprising with the majority of people in power that they're not doing stuff.
Okay, yeah. As in, it corrupts people.
Corruption, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they did a study on athletes or some shit with money, right? And that they're more likely to cheat because they have money than the ones that don't earn
Probably,
as much.
yeah.
It's weird.
But that's not unusual.
It's like the South Park episode with Tiger Woods.
Power corrupts the mind. That's it.
Yeah.
We're not designed to control millions of people and dollars, man. We have natural leaders. Again, we're going back to that survivor thing. We have natural leaders, democracy created leaders that we put into power to control, 90% of what the hell is going on in the world. But you never know because people aren't designed. There are people that are bred to be leaders, and then there are people that are just shoved into the limelight. Like Donald Trump. He's not a born leader. He's not.
He just pays people to lead.
He pays people, and he pays his way to get out of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he had an opportunity to serve in the army, and he got some doctor to pull up a bone spurs medical report to get him out of serving in the army.
That's what it was. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the same.
But that's what I'm saying. Trump wasn't a natural born leader. He's not a leader.
Please bring it back to Trump, I noticed.
He's just a gas bag.
All the time.
Speaking of leaders,
Quickly,
I'm
sir.
hungry.
Yeah, okay. Like that episode of South Park. Bring it back to South Park as
Which one?
usual. The Tiger Woods one.
Oh, yeah.
When he cheats on his wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're surprised the millionaire athlete cheated on his wife.
Dude, Bill Burr's biggest bit ever was about that.
Oh, was it?
Oh, my God, I'll find it.
Okay, let's
Now
end on
you're
Bill
annoying
Burr.
me. We're not Bill Burr. What were you going to say before I cut him off?
The man's hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm done.
He's got the hangries.
All right, we'll watch this.
Let's
and then
have
we'll
a
get
fruit
out of
mince pie.
No.
No.
Won't make it
What's
back
that one
home
with the
time.
kid?
Huh?
That kid there getting electrocuted. What's that one?
It's probably about
It's a movie, but I don't know what.
I don't know.
Well, we lost it now.
He's trying to bait you. Don't click it.
Hang on. I'm not going to. We're not going to watch the whole bit, but I'll just go to the bit about cheating.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, another great man,
This was the bit that made me
Another great
get onto
man.
Bill Burr. I can't believe you haven't seen this.
taken down by that
Oh, I have.
gold-digging whore of a maid he's got. And I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit for doing what he did. It was a piece of shit move. But how come only he got chastised? What about the maid? Why was she called the maid that entire story? She was never called a whore, ever. Just boggled my mind. She knew his wife, first name basis, played with their kids, fucked her husband in their own goddamn bed. That's right down the checklist. First ballot Hall of Fame whore. Right there. Never. Why do you think she hooked up with him? Because of that 1987 flat top he's still rocking? The giant space between his teeth I could put this mic cord through? Or do you think maybe it's all that kindergarten cop money laying around the goddamn bedroom? No, it's awful. It's a horrific thing to see as a guy, watching guys go through that shit, And then there's no sort of examination of it. They just go, he's an idiot. Hey, he's stupid. That guy's stupid. If that guy's stupid, what the fuck am I? Right? Does it even make sense? Why would you do that? Why would you accomplish all that and then fuck it up, hooking up with one of the ugliest human beings I've ever seen in my life? Not saying I'm a prize. I'm just saying, It's got to be something beyond that, right? You know what I think it is? I think it comes down to the way he talks. That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania. That should have been the height of his success. But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America. Became famous for lifting weights. I lift weights, nobody gives a shit. He lifts weights, becomes super famous. Did he rest on his laurels? No. Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down. There's a bomb. Get out of there. Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time. What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. There's no fucking way you can do that. Bam, he does it. Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election. Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades. 4 decades, nothing but neck. Bang a maid in my own bed? Dude, that's a layup. Are you serious? Made a hit movie with the midget. I don't even need a condom. Right? And then what happens? The smoke clears. Then all these trolls come out of the woodwork and start judging this great man. All these fatties, these fucking old guys who never got any with their jowls coming on TV. Absolutely reprehensible behavior. What kind of a public servant? His legacy is like they have any idea what it's like to be tempted at that level, right? Like they have groupies as they waddle out to their Mercury Tracer parked on the other side of a dumpster. Really? You're beating them off? This guy, he's not a great man anymore? Terminator doesn't count? Is that what the fuck you're telling me? Because he fucked Alice? Really? He's still not a great man because he did that. Then that's the whole thing's over? Anybody here think they could move to Austria, learn the language, become famous for working out, then be a movie star, then marry into their royalty and hold public office? How many lifetimes would you need? I'm on my 3rd attempt at Rosetta Stone Spanish. How can I judge these guys? I can barely handle the temptations of Facebook. I'm going to judge Tiger Woods? I golf. I don't walk off the 18th hole and there's a busload of Scandinavian women waiting to fuck my brains out. Sorry, ladies, gotta go home to the wife. Right? No, it kills me.
It kills me.
There's no help out there for guys. There isn't. There's nothing out there to help you handle becoming rich and famous. There's nothing to prepare you for that platoon of whores that's going to form on the horizon. Right? Like Braveheart, faces painted, skirts on, will run down the hill, they'll jump on your dick in front of your wife. They don't give a shit. It's not even a handbook out there. I saw one article written about it on the cover of Time magazine. It said, why do so many rich, famous, and powerful men act like absolute pigs? Right? And the article was actually written by a woman. That's like me writing a book, The Third Trimester, and What to Expect. Ladies, you're gonna feel a pressure. How the hell would I know? You don't want to hear that from me, right? Then why is this woman telling me what it's like to have a dick? That makes no sense. You have no idea what it's like to have a dick. 24/7. Do it. Fuck it, do it. Do it. Yeah, do it. That's how we survived as a species. Every man in here is programmed to fuck 85% of the women in this room. Right? Yeah, we are. Do it, fuck it, do it, you know? It's just that you won't. That's the only reason why we don't, you know? That's not you keeping your dick in check, you know? Some guy at Home Depot working there, he wants to fuck just as many women as a celebrity, right? But he can't do it because whores don't care about lumber, right? But the second he hits the fucking lottery, all of a sudden, you know, that do it, fuck it, do it, you know, that wasn't affecting his life. Then all of a sudden these whores show up. I'll do it. I'll suck it. I'll do it. Right? No, somebody's got to step up. All right? I'm not even blaming whores, really. Just guys, we're fucking idiots. What are we doing? Why are we working so hard and then giving it all away to some chick who did 3 shifts at a fucking Hooters, you know? They're fucking bums. Sitting there with fucking Dorito dust in their cleavage, walking around with hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm sick of that shit. That's what the law says. 100 years ago, I could beat you with a fucking mop handle and be like, well, that's what the law says. Doesn't make us right. No, it's unreal. And all this shit's going down, and we're not doing anything. What are we doing? Same old shit. Sitting around watching Shark Week, right? Watching shit about poisonous snakes half a world away, just filling your head up with all this useless information. What to do if you come face to face with a Bengal tiger? Don't look at it. Don't look away. Slowly back up as you push your friend forward. All this useless information, yet hanging between your legs is this thing that could crumble your entire empire 7 minutes or less. Don't know a fucking thing about it. Even worse, you think it's your friend. Yeah, you know why? Because your dick's like a dreamer. You know? Your dick believes. It's like a motivational speaker. I don't give a shit what question you ask it. It's always like, yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Exit strategy. Later. We'll be fine.
Later.
Where's your dick when you get caught, right? Then it's just slumped over like, hey, I thought it was a good idea. Yeah. You have to know that. Dude, if your dick was the third base coach, it wouldn't hold anybody up. It'd just be fucking waving people around. Everybody, go in standing up. You got it. Oh, shit, here she comes. Slide. All right, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you had as good a time as
I've seen this thing 1,000 times. I don't know. I first found, someone got me onto it, back in, 2012, 13, ages ago. Sort of glad that we've ended the year on Bill Burr with one of the classic all-time bits. Was this year a success? What do you think?
No.
Well, it depends in what regards.
I don't know. I feel like it was. Got 50 episodes in, man. 50.
Oh, as in for the... Yeah, I think so.
For the year.
Yeah, we did all right.
Oh, for the podcast. Yeah.
There was about 50-something odd posts that went up. So if you halve them...
That's pretty good.
That's about 30 episodes, give or take, depending. 30 to 35 for the year. Average is almost one a week. If you take out holidays and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
That hasn't been done in a long time.
That is
I don't know.
killer.
Yeah, and all the coffees bought the new computer.
How is that going, by the way?
Well, it's stinking hot. If you touch it right now, it's literally boiling. And,
no crashes.
No crashes so far. Hey, we've stopped it twice just when we took our little breaks, but it's 4.5 hours.
It's 38 degrees today.
Yeah, so it's pretty warm. The old one isn't warm, it's just sitting there.
You got your little fan underneath too, don't you?
Yeah, you can see that grey thing. Yeah. And you've also got the KVM switching between the two. I think it's worked out.
I think it's all right.
The TV works. The PS3 works.
Appreciate the coffees.
Did you bring the PS2?
I forgot. When you're back in the area?
Whenever.
I can get it whenever.
When are you back at work?
Thursday.
What day is it today?
Tuesday? I would have come back tomorrow, but I told you I'll come back specifically for this because I had to, and I wanted to.
No one cares. No one cares.
Well, I think that people know I'm a hard worker, and that I really was looking forward to this 5 day.
You've spent 4.5 hours eating.
I reckon we can drag it out to 5 if you want.
Are you going to leave these here? Or are you taking them with you?
Well, depends.
No.
If he's not going to
eat
eat
mince pies are going. They're going to go off.
Take them.
They're going.
They're going.
Fine.
No.
Pass me another one. No, I'm just joking.
No, we'll finish it up. I was going to say, I'm going to try and take the next couple of days easy. I'll still be working. Mm-hmm. But if you're up for a game, if you're in the area...
I mean, tomorrow's my only other day. I'm off. I was even considering going back up tonight, just straight from here. But then I was like, go up and back down just for one night. It's no point.
No.
I'm going straight up Friday after work and then got the Monday.
All right, tomorrow, I've got a meeting at 6, but I'll be free after 7.
Oh, at night?
Yeah.
No, I can't tomorrow night.
Thursday.
I'm back at work.
What, at night?
Yeah, you got to think, man. I get home, I cook by the time after I eat. Sakes. It's late.
You're a bum. Fine, I'll be back here whipping ass in Fight Night. It's fine. Maybe if you bring the PS2, I'll start the season with Detroit.
I was meaning to bring it. I even thought about it.
We don't need to be plugged in for this.
Why not? I think people like it. Why not?
Love you all. Have a good New Year.
No, I want to drag it out.
Hold up.